First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, had an opportunity to learn valuable life lessons through the Gota Nanga Ikliba program. Several children from all the country's provinces who are participating at the First Lady's National Girls Camp were left armed with vast knowledge on various issues pertaining the girl child after spending time with the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, who took them through an educative Nanga Ikliba program this Monday. As excitement and joy filled the air during the boot camp, children and elderly women gave Dr. Mnangagwa a new name, Mother Zimbabwe, in recognition of her sterling works that continue to transform and inspire lives countrywide. The girls concurred that the First Lady is indeed Mother Zimbabwe, as they are living proof of her life-changing programs. Community women, also visibly moved by the First Lady's empowerment initiative, praised the unwavering efforts to restore good morals, describing her as Mother Zimbabwe for reaching even the most remote areas with life-changing programs. This comes as she continues with her mission to mold morally upright children through the program in which she is leaving no one and no place behind. Women from the community and girls were over the moon about the program, describing the First Lady as Mother Zimbabwe for traversing the length and breadth of the country with numerous life-transforming initiatives. To set the tone for the camp, which is based on Christian values, upon the girls' arrival, there was a church service. The girls started their day by spreading their beds before heading for aerobics. After that, they cleaned the compound and their rooms before heading for breakfast. The children were served breakfast by the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, and other women from the community. After breakfast, they proceeded to have a practical Nanga session where they were taught how to slaughter and dress roadrunner chickens. They were also taught how to cut the chicken parts. One of the live roadrunner chickens was grabbed by a baboon, which left the children in awe.
But unfortunately,
the girls then proceeded to prepare the roadrunner chickens, pumpkins, sweet potatoes, rice, and sadzarezio. During the cooking session, Amai inquired from the girls some of the methods they used to prepare their meals, and she was impressed by the children's cooking prowess.
Here, what are you doing?
Katesi sesiyipheka siyayixhwathisa sifuna ukuthi ngaphela amanzi sesiyikhanzinga sesifaka i-onion lamatamatisi kwaye ikhozonetri kubika kana mvura ikaphera tokanga toisa ma-onion nematomasi.
Yes. Well done, Mwana. Keep it up. I've seen you are very industrious and a very hard-working girl.
Yabo. Tatora nangaredu. Tabatari cheka into small pieces. Tabatari visa modzi. Tabatari suka. Tabatari sampojo ne mvura ne salt. Tabatari sapa moto.
Bambaira tatora mvura. Tivata suka mambara dzedu. Pakudzisa mpoto tatangane nhombe. Zvikadzidiki dzacho ndo dzataisa pamusoro. Tataisa munyu. Tatadira mvura. Tatazoisa pamoto yatanga kufanja.
A young girl ignited laughter after telling the mother of the nation the reason why she doesn't like eating roadrunner chicken feet.
Anofarira kudya nzondora ndiani because murika nzondora pamwe. Nzondora ndo dzinodaidza. Why?
The girls were also taken through baking sessions where they exhibited their mettle in baking buns. After the practical lessons, they went on to have a highly interactive session with the mother of the nation in the Nanga. An electric atmosphere engulfed the place as the girls sang and danced, waiting eagerly to have life lessons imparted to them by Dr. Mnangagwa. The mother of the nation started by taking the girls through personal and menstrual hygiene, where she educated them on menstrual cycle and hygiene tips. She also implored the girls to refrain from engaging in love affairs, but to focus on their studies and become successful people with good professions in the future. Dr. Mnangagwa also rallied them to cascade all the teachings to their peers when they go back to their respective provinces.
Kana uri musikana akazvibata. Wakazvibatirei? Wakazvibatira kuti kuchikoro ugogona nokuti hauna any disturbance yechauchafunga maererano nezvako. Wozi wakatokiya kudhara. Pauno wako wakakiya saka hauna problem. Ezoreva kuti you're going to do well and good. Kupi? Kuchikoro. Ndizvo ka? So ndoda vanhu vanoconcentrate kupi? Kuchikoro. Ndoda vanhu vanoconcentrate chi? Kuchikoro. Imimi makati I represent my provinces. Matova vana vangu imimi.
With a team of elderly women from the community, the First Lady underscored the importance of keeping one's virginity, prompting the girls to burst into songs that speak into such issues. Elderly women from the community also gave wise counsel to the girls, touching on the importance of virginity, choosing good friends, and prioritizing studies. They also advised young girls to refrain from entertaining sexual dalliance or chiramu, which often leads to sexual abuse.
Umntwana onomali ngumntwana akaphelelanga lawo ngoba uphelelanga. So sidinga abantu abaphelelayo baqine bajwaqe ukuze nxa uzala umntwana oqinileyo la umbona ukuthi nxa umbamba uthi ngumntwana. Yonke into lesikhathi sayo. Ungajaha uzana usivana. Into nginanzelela kakhulu kina abantwana ibula amajikisi. Into e5 rand.
The women from the community also appreciated Amai for her efforts to restore good morals, describing her as Mother Zimbabwe. They highlighted how lucky these youngsters are to have such opportunities to learn from the First Lady. Bulawayo Best Arts Ensemble EASA delivered a top drawer act, raising awareness on drug and substance abuse.
Fellow children and youth, please let us focus on education and respect our culture. We are the future Zimbabwe. Drugs have no future.
The children also battled it out in speech and poetry competitions where they proved their mettle in spoken word.
Halala, halala, bayete, bayete. I'm grieving, I'm sorrowful. Something is eating my heart out. I've decided to take it out. A desperate nation fighting dosefully in inebriates. A desperate nation downtrodden by stimulants. Maye, ngedani, ngisizani, nglamlelani. I'm glued, I'm trapped, I'm finished. Wakhala nyonini, kuzwekazi leZimbabwe. Mbizabani, abahotsha kuyo. Diwani, abaphuza kulo. Habe, qathulu gege izenzo njengamagundwane. Asiwa mutariro newempanje hamusishamwari dzakanaka handichatambe nemi zvakare munoda kuti kana ndatamba nemi ndigomitiswa ndigoita rombe ndigodzingwa chikoro ndigosungwa habereki vangu vagorwadziwa.
The Nanga program, which the First Lady is taking to all the children around the country, is part of measures to fight moral decadence that is manifesting in youths. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News.
The ZANU PF party leadership, led by National Chairperson Comrade Muchenetti Kashiri, has met in Mutare to assess progress made in preparing for the 22nd ZANU PF National People's Conference set for October.
As the 22nd ZANU PF National People's Conference is fast approaching, the ruling party held its third National Conference Coordination Committee meeting in Mutare this Thursday before touring the conference venue. The ruling party's national chairperson, Comrade Muchenetti Kashiri, says preparations have reached 90%, with the stage being set for a successful conference.
We're presented with an update with all the secretaries. The impression, the totality of everything put together, we are almost 90% ready. I will start with the documentation committee. I would say there is almost a report that is ready. And also the program and the agenda of the meeting is also ready. We want to express our appreciation because provinces are performing. Already they have deposited their donations. They are required to pay to donate 50,000 each and other food items. We are happy that already 5 provinces have surpassed the expectations of the party. Some have contributed 100,000. Already Manicaland has contributed 300,000. In terms of accommodation, we understand that all the accommodation will be within the confines of Mutare.
The National Party chairperson also reviewed the conference promises to be a defining moment in the party's political calendar, while locals are expected to seize business opportunities.
This is an opportunity for Manicaland. Then, not just attending. Manicaland is home to bananas, to pineapples, SMEs of various sectors. So we are saying this is an opportunity for Manicaland SMEs also to have that opportunity to also say, to showcase, but at the same time to make money. Reference to drugs and substance abuse. We have been allowed now to a window to present government's program on what we are doing in partnership with all stakeholders, the churches, traditional leaders, and all organs within the country. As ZANU PF to say will take a leading role. We'll have a presentation. The youth, the women, war veterans will also be allowed to present their programs, to present their resolutions, which was not provided before.
ZANU PF Secretary for Information and Publicity, Ambassador Chris Mchangwa, says the holding of the conference in Mutare is a celebration of the achievements by President Emmerson Mnangagwa in transforming Manicaland province into a gateway for global trade.
Because of the policies of President E.D. Mnangagwa since the Second Republic, Manicaland has become the main gateway exceeding Bight Bridge. And this is a habinga, this is an indication that the future of Manicaland is very bright.
It emerged that the conference will also include the Presidential Provincial Party Sale Regulations Excellence Awards, recognizing the top 3 provinces excelling in the mobilization of new members. The 22nd ZANU PF People's Conference will run under the theme Attainment of Vision 2030 through Economic Empowerment and Value Addition. Kenya Stivuje, ZBC News, Mutare.
A construction of Semwa Dam in Muchenetti Central Province is on course, raising prospects of transforming Rushinga and Mount Darwin district into a green belt.
Semwa Dam, one of the flagship construction projects being undertaken by the Second Republic, has raised hope of economic transformation in Rushinga and Mount Darwin districts, which both share the Ruya River.
Construction of Semwa Dam has moved a notch higher, with a solar power plant being set up to provide consistent power supply for the rock crusher and a batching plant that will produce tons of cement to be pumped into the dam wall. 8-year-old Elisha Ramashakwe of Village 22 in Rushinga is enthused at the massive development. The octogenarian often visits Semwa Dam from his home to gaze at the engineering marvel.
Inikuya kunoku ndabva ukoko nyasuku ndotofunga kuti it's about 50 kilometers kudzika kuya kuona basa rino ndokuti mvura tinotarisira kuti chasvika kwedu nyasuku tizoshandisa mvura iyoyo.
Others from across the length and breadth of Rushinga district, including business operators, anticipate a high social and economic impact of Semwa Dam.
Region yedu yatiri tari ku region 5 yanga iri area yanga isingarimwe chibage plus takutarisira kuti yakuchinja region.
Tinongotarisirwa kuti dai dhemu rapera tagona kuenderera mberi naupenyu huri nani.
The roller compacted gravity dam, which will gobble a massive 1 million cubic meters of concrete and 75,000 cubic meters of aggregate, was designed and engineered by Zimbabwe National Water Authority, with construction being done by China Nanchang Engineering.
So far we have managed to get to 43% completion progress. We are now putting up a solar plant with a maximum capacity of 1 megawatt. We are going to use it to power the crushing plant. 250
jobs have been created on the Semwa Dam site, with a bias towards local employment creation, much to the delight of Isaac Mashanga, an electrician, and Gilbert Sodzo, a contract worker from Nyandoro village.
Kuva 2006 kusvika pazuva ranhasi ratounzira mabasa kunyanya mhuri yese muno munharaunda yeManami.
In addition to the roller compacted dam, which is the second of its kind after the Gwai Shangani Lake, government is constructing Bindura, Dande and Silverstrom dams in other parts of the province.
Upon completion, Semwa Dam will carry 260,000 megaliters of water and have a depth of 72 meters, making it the largest dam ever built in Mashonaland Central Province. Tapiwa Muchenetti, ZBC News, Rushinga.
The massive drive to decongest traffic in Harare is ongoing after government commissioned part of Alps Road in Pomona today, a key access route in the capital city.
The Alps Road is a key access route to many prominent institutions like a university, resort places, golf clubs, and residential areas like Borodale in Harare. However, motorists have been avoiding using this route due to its dilapidated state. The story has, however, changed, and motorists are relieved.
Traffic traffic yangana mawani but dzatuzo azvautauri
ezvinezvo watagarira nhanzva kana tribabhalas yachaiyo yakutoya kunoku.
The road, which was rehabilitated by state-owned CMED, signifies government's determination to create seamless traffic flow in Harare.
We contributed a lot in that we have rehabilitated over 15 roads here in Harare, and this is one of them, Alps Road. This road stretches from Churchill Road, and we're going as far as Glen Forest. It's 16.9 kilometers. So far, what we've done in total, it's 11.6.
The Minister of Transport and Infrastructural Development, Honorable Felix Mona, described the commissioning of Alps Road as yet another significant milestone in sprucing up Harare's road network.
Under the wise leadership of His Excellency Comrade Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa, who acts as our radar in the ministry. And the idea behind of rehabilitating to major roads is also to decongest traffic. And if you highlighted the issues to do with Borodo Road, and which was quite problematic in the sense that there had no other option in terms of alternative use. And this road, Alps, it actually plays a very pivotal role where we also have a tourist attraction center and resort areas. We are talking of wild geese. We also have Pomona in terms of waste management. So it's going to lessen the burden.
Harare Metropolitan Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Senator Charles Tawengwa, noted how government seeks to leave a legacy of historic road network transformation in the capital.
Today marks a pivotal moment in government's commitment to build a robust and sustainable road network that drives economic growth and enhances connectivity. This aligns with our Vision 2030 goals, which emphasize modern infrastructure as essential for economic prosperity and social progress.
It emerged that many traffic exchanges are currently being built across Harare, including at the Mavuku turnoff, while the dualization of Borodale Road towards Borodale Police Station continues to ease traffic congestion. Owen Mendova, ZBC News, Harare.
Two more international delegations have toured the Diaspora Waste Management Facility in Harare, describing it as one of the major transformative projects on the continent.
A Swedish delegation from the Gastric municipality, led by its international relations manager, Mr. Per-Olof Helberg, testified after touring the Diaspora waste-to-energy project that it is an embodiment of modern waste management, adding he has never witnessed such an iconic project anywhere on the continent.
This is the first time in Africa I see such a premises, and I'm very glad that this is a new landfill. It's a European standard landfill, and it's built upon both environmental issues, and it's built on a market business, and also it's built for the community around. So I'm very impressed.
Tanzanian ambassador to Zimbabwe, Her Excellency Susan Kaganda, who also toured the waste-to-energy facility, said their country has so much to learn from Zimbabwe and can collaborate in areas of waste management.
Much as we have learned, but we are looking forward for more cooperation, and we are going to share a lot with our country, Tanzania, and we hope in future our ministry, which is responsible for environment, can send people here, and we'll see how also Diaspora can go back home and see, because in Tanzania we are also managing waste. So we are looking forward to see the cooperation does not end here.
Diaspora Waste Management Company Executive Chairperson and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Dilesh Ngwaya expressed dissatisfaction at the level of interest the project is generating in the world.
I'm happy that they come here to see what Diaspora is doing. As Diaspora Waste Management, we have experts of how to manage waste. So I'm happy that we are going to give them a solution in terms of how do they manage their waste in their country, and also to give them new ideas in terms of waste management.
The project has excited Harare residents in terms of improving the cleanliness of the city after Diaspora started door-to-door waste collection about 2 months ago. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Renowned businessman Joseph Mtangadura, who was fatally shot in a suspected armed robbery at his farmhouse in Rua, is expected to be buried this Saturday in Goromonzi. His death has not only devastated his family but also the community, many of whom he worked with for almost 30 years.
The pain is heard from her voice as she cries for a man she had known for almost 20 years of her life. Joseph Mtangadura was not only just her employer, but a father figure who supported her even when she faced tribulations that threatened her life.
Tinoenda kupi, tinogara nani, tinochengetwa nani, tatogonherera vakuru vedu vakashayira pano, vakabasirwa naMtangadura, vakanuvigwa naMtangadura, toitawo sei?
Her pain reflects the deep scar that has been left not only for the Mtangadura family but the community that worked for him over many years.
Ndakambosvika panguva yekumborwara, vakandibatsira 6 months dzese vachinditi ndiende kuchipatara. Nhasi uno mwana wangu kuti asvike grade 7 yaari ndivo.
Wellington Manyangaidze is one of the longest-serving employees who worked with the late business person. He recalls the 30-year journey he worked with Mtangas, as the late was affectionately known within the business circles.
Nhasi kune vamwe vanhu vari kutongorarama vari pano paMtangadura pano, akangoziva kuti uyu munhu akanaka, haana chitsotsi, haana umambara, anongogarawo achitongoitawo zvimapatitaimo aripo chero asingatonzi ari patiketi ipapo.
These are the testimonies that will forever remain cherished by his relatives. The tears may run dry, but his legacy will forever remain permanently imprinted in this community.
Murume anga ane rudo rwakakwana chaizvo chaizvo, tikuramba chingonyengerera Mwari kuti vaburitse chokwadi chakaitika chaicho pachena.
The late Mtangadura will lie in state at his home in Goromonzi this Friday, with burials set for Goromonzi Cemetery this Saturday. Festus Mgongoro says ZBC News, Harare.
Do remember these and more stories are available on our website at www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also link up with us on various social media platforms. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, on X and on Instagram. We are ZBC News Online.
Let's take a look at stories still to come after this break. Diaspora community seeks to increase investments in Zimbabwe's productive sectors. And sport, former Warriors striker Tendai Ndoro to be buried in Bulawayo on Sunday. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
The Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation is pleased to announce the opening of a new office at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Office Showgrounds. This new office has been established for your convenience, making it easier than ever to pay for your radio and television licenses. By visiting this office, you will also help us reduce congestion at our other centers. Remember, your license is not just a requirement, it is an investment in keeping Zimbabwe's voice on air, promoting local content and preserving our cultural heritage. Don't get stuck in the crowd. Slide through to the Agricultural Office Showgrounds and keep the airwaves alive. ZAS 2025 is here. From the 25th to the 30th of August, Zimbabwe's premier agricultural show celebrates innovation, growth, and opportunity in agriculture and its supporting industries. Be part of the movement that drives national development. Take advantage of ZBC's exclusive advertising and marketing specials during ZAS Week and let your brand be heard and seen across the nation. With ZBC's powerful TV, radio, and digital platforms, your message will reach the heart of Zimbabwe. Contact ZBC Marketing today on email marketing@zbc.co.zw.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. You're still watching the main news. We're now crossing over to our Montreux studios where we join Arthur Evans for the next stretch of the bulletin. A very good evening to you, Arthur.
Recorded a surge in passenger numbers in the first 7 months of this year compared to the same period last year.
Statistics released by the Airports Company of Zimbabwe, ACZ, this Wednesday show that from January to July this year, the Victoria Falls International Airport handled 287,597 passengers, up from 281,573 during the same period last year. In a year-on-year comparison, total traffic hit 505,426, reflecting a 30% increase from 390,010 passengers recorded in 2024. The biggest jump came in July 2025 with 62,279 travelers using the airport, almost 30% more than the previous month and nearly 40% higher than in July 2024.
MICE Tourism is encouraging both international and domestic visits into Victoria Falls. Recently we held COP15, which brought in a number of people into Victoria Falls, which I can proudly say is one of also the contributor to the 39% increase between July and 2025 and July 2024. And we are encouraging the operators in Victoria Falls to continue lobbying for more events, meetings, and incentives in Victoria Falls.
The expanded Victoria Falls International Airport, commissioned in 2016, initially served just 3 airlines. Today, 10 airlines are flying into the resort city, thus proof of growing international interest. The Civil Aviation Authority of Zimbabwe confirms that the growth is also being driven by applications from international carriers seeking fifth freedom rights. This would allow airlines to land in Victoria Falls and proceed to destinations like Johannesburg, Cape Town or Durban without returning to their country of origin. So far, 5 applications have been received.
Now we expect more applications for the fifth freedom to get through Victoria Falls, down to Durban or down to Cape Town or to Joburg and up north.
With more airlines eyeing Victoria Falls as a regional stopover, Zimbabwe's aviation and tourism sectors may be on the verge of a major transformation, unlocking new opportunities for travel, trade and investment. Tichawana Kurewa, ZBC News, Victoria Falls.
The recently established Matikiti Village Business Unit in Bubi District is targeting to be an all-year-round producer, thereby enhancing local food security and household incomes, in line with the Second Republic's drive to improve livelihoods.
Matikiti Village Business Unit is on a drive to transform the Bubi community. While producing for 60 members who are earning an income, the Ward 13 community members have also plowed part of the proceeds into sinking a borehole. The scheme has also set aside a nutritional garden which caters for people on antiretroviral treatment, the elderly and orphans in the village.
Yamaplans ukuthi senze ingadi engaka sibona ingadi lesincedise kakhulu ngoba isichebo lapha sithola isichebo besiwoda khona apha lathi sisiyathengisa ukuthi siphilise izimuli.
Sasesithi ngcono sithi compliment uhulumende ngokugebhenya ibholo kuliyane ivillage ngani with the aim yokuthi nxa ungahamba uhambe sizazenzela thina futhi sifake enye ingadi enje ngaphi kuliyane enye village. Sizisilokhu esikhula singabi lokho sicela ngoba ikheke sesilithestile.
At provincial level, there is appreciation and commitment to continue supporting the expanding village business units.
Sizosijabula kakhulu ngoba bayenza bagcwalisisa khona okufunwa ngupresident. Njengoba ubona ukuthi bathengise kule village babona ukuthi umakhelwane kala manzi yiwo sebezama ukuthi bedrillele ivillage elandelayo. Bengathengisa enye crop afuna ukuya kwenye futhi village njalo but uhulumende konke lokho uyabuye ezokwenza but siyababonga abadala laba ngomcabango njalo.
The Second Republic's approach, which has seen the introduction of 84 village business units, is playing a key role in improving food security and guaranteeing incomes at household levels across the country.
In sad news, the former Chirumanzu Kwekwe Silobela Senator Vongai Muchenetti, who died on Friday last week after a short illness, has been buried at Fishley Cemetery in Kwekwe.
A life well lived is a life worth celebrating, and so was the life of former Chirumanzu Kwekwe Silobela Senator Vongai Muchenetti, with mourners who thronged her Kwekwe home, describing her as an epitome of development.
Mbuya was taking care of us. Zvakafanana zvokuti people did not know kuti avantu vana mai nini vana vehanzvadzi mai vangu asi vaitofunga kuti we are brothers and sisters.
Aiva munhu aida musangano wake, aiva munhu akanga akabatira pamusangano wake achiita madevelopments akawanda mukati menzvimbo ino.
Colleague and friend Senator Tsitsi Muzenda described the late Muchenetti as a dedicated cadre who stood for unity.
Munhu aida kungoti kana mchiita zunhu sezvo tese taibva kuMidlands vaingoda kuti tofanirwa kuti Midlands yedu iinde pamberi nekuita basa rakanaka.
Midlands Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Owen Ncube, described the late senator as a consistent and loyal party cadre who leaves an inspirational legacy to the girl child.
I personally worked with her during my days as a young youth. She groomed us and inspired us to what we are today. Look, today we are ministers.
Gogo Muchenetti, who died at the age of 75, is survived by 6 children and 15 grandchildren.
Government, in collaboration with development partners, has launched a mobile one-stop center in Mutoko to offer a helping hand to survivors of gender-based violence.
As government moves towards zero tolerance to gender-based violence, a mobile one-stop center has been launched in Mutoko to offer services to survivors of gender-based violence and to prevent them from occurring. The mobile one-stop center was launched at Chatiza Secondary School in Mutoko, a development welcomed by the locals.
Tunakuzonzwa maripotsi okuti shuwa vanhu havasi kuchengeta muzvinhu mudzimba zviri kuitika mudzimba umu. Ngavauye vataure nyika igadzikane.
One-stop center is a good initiative yekuti ma-survivors ari kuwana ma-services at one go, and inobatsira zvakare to give a comprehensive response to issues of GBV.
Government says it has zero tolerance to gender-based violence, hence the establishment of the mobile one-stop centers.
We want to thank our development partners who are moving with us so that at least we can move into these underserviced areas. As one of them is here where we are. We will continue to move around. Just 2 days when they started, more than 500 people have gone, registered with them. There's first place where you register, then you move to a place where they assess your problem. There's social welfare. If it's a girl who has dropped out of school, they are here, social welfare, to make sure that that girl goes back to school.
The concept is using a multi-sectoral approach which harnesses development partners.
Violence against women and girls remain a scourge in our society, and as such, interventions that bring public awareness to prevent sexual and gender-based violence are needed in all communities across Zimbabwe.
The design of this model is kuendesa ma-services kusingashikike kune vanhu vari kure nema-clinics, vanhu vari kure nema-court, vanhu vari kure nezvipatara, vanhu vari kure neku-civil registry.
Mobile one-stop center inobatsira kuti pachinzvimbo chekuti munhu achakwira vanoprovida ma-services acho ndo vaakuuya nema-services kuvanhu.
Mashonaland East has only one-stop center at Murewa Hospital and 2 safe houses for victims of gender-based violence at Kwenda Mission in Chikomba and Rosaria Memorial Trust in Murewa. Gerald Sasa, BC News, Mutoko.
Zimbabwe is intensifying its drive to attract Indian investment, with the Chalo Zimbabwe 2025 business engagement set for Saturday in Surat, India, expecting it to boost trade, tourism and industrial cooperation between the two nations. We get more from Abigail Tembo, who is in Surat, India.
Zimbabwe and India already enjoy strong diplomatic and trade ties. But this visit by Vice President General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga is expected to take the relationship a step further, from manufacturing to mining, agriculture to tourism. New opportunities will open up between Harare and New Delhi. Zimbabwe's top envoy to India, Ambassador Stella Ngomo, revealed Vice President General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, who will be attending the Chalo Zimbabwe 2025 business engagement scheduled for August 2022 in Surat, India, will also embark on a busy program that includes tours of diamond processing houses, dairy companies, and other key manufacturing firms in Gujarati province.
Chalo means let's go to Zimbabwe, let's visit Zimbabwe, where the Honorable VP is going to make a clarion call to Indian business people to come and trade with Zimbabwe, to come and invest in Zimbabwe, as well as to come and visit Zimbabwe. That's why he is coming accompanied by a high-powered delegation comprising of the Deputy Minister of Industry and Commerce, as well as the Deputy Minister of Tourism and Hospitality.
President of the Southern Gujarati Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Nikul Madras, says Zimbabwe offers significant advantages for investment.
Zimbabwe has been identified as a key focus for this initiative due to its strategic position in Southern Africa and its abundant natural resources, including gold, platinum, and lithium. The country offers significant opportunities for trade, investment, and industrial collaboration, particularly in agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and technology.
With Zimbabwe's push for reindustrialization and India's global edge in pharmaceuticals, machinery, and technology, both sides are banking on this visit to chart a new era of economic cooperation. For Zimbabwe, it's more than diplomacy. It's about creating a gateway for Indian businesses into Southern Africa. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Surat.
Inspired by the two nations' good relations, the two studios, Montrose and Pockets, will continue with more stories immediately after this break. I am Arthur Sevens with the Montrose News Desk. Do stay with us.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
Did you know you are now required to obtain a ZBC radio license before you can renew your vehicle insurance and Zinara motor vehicle license disc? Licenses can be purchased from ZBC offices, Zinara offices, and various insurance agents across the country. Did you also know that you can now be exempted only if your vehicle is not equipped with a radio receiver? For that, you will be required to obtain an exemption certificate from the ZBC provincial offices only. Be compliant, stay informed. Purchase your license today to avoid any inconveniences. T's and C's apply.
And thank you for staying with us. Zimbabwe is fast becoming one of the best tourism destinations of choice in Africa, as witnessed by the recent influx of tourists, especially in the resort city of Victoria Falls. The development took center stage during this week's Senate question and answer session at the Parliament building in Mount Hampden.
This Thursday's Senate question and answer session saw the Minister of Tourism and Hospitality Industry, Honorable Barbara Rodzi, highlighting some of the key areas that have given the country a boost in tourism arrivals.
We clustered our tourism as a strategy to analyze each sector within tourism. We have about 12 clusters that we have created. Wildlife, one that I've spoken about earlier on, but we also have Holiday Inn. There are people who come to the country just to have a holiday, to relax, but there are also people who come to the country for business, which we call MICE tourism. We also have sports that is doing great as we are speaking. When people are gathering for sports activities, they are also tourists. But we also have one that is growing tremendously, that is religious tourism. As we are speaking right now, we have just received more than 2,000 internationals that have come into the country for a congregation or conference for Jehovah's Witnesses that are going to be gathered in the National Sports Stadium, 25,000 of them. That's religious tourism.
Senate also raised concern over the welfare of communities in mining areas that are not being developed, with government saying mines that are not plowing back to the community will be brought to book.
The benefits are numerous. To start with, we do get royalty. Whenever anybody mines in Zimbabwe, we get royalty. We get taxes. We get employment. And in general, that is what we get from a mine.
The Minister of Transport and Infrastructure Development, Honorable Felix Mona, revealed that works on the Kwekwe-Lupani Road have begun.
Takatanga chirongwa chemugwagwa wedu unonzi Kwekwe Slovela Nkai Lupani ndo mumwe chetewo unopfuura nemuSlovela takananga ku Lupani Chinondifadza ndechekuti takauya tichitaura kuti tine hama yatakudyidzana nayo, pachirungu ndo inenge triple P arrangement, yatakusevenza ndikadoma migwagwa yakati wandei, asi umwe ndo umwe migwagwa yandakataura. Saka muchaona vamwe vachatanga nekudivi rekunobva nekukwekwe, vamwe vachatanga nekulupani. Saka sekutaura kwandiri kuita, takatoendesa mishina yedu inogadzira mugwagwa yatova mugwagwa iwoyo.
The Second Republic has embarked on a massive road rehabilitation drive aimed at enhancing national connectivity and economic development, with the Bulawayo-Victoria Falls Highway currently under rehabilitation. Memory Chamisa, ZBC News, Mount Hamden.
And now look at business news. Zimbabweans in the diaspora have expressed interest in growing trade and investment in the country, riding on increased remittances during the past 4 years.
The Diaspora Trade and Investment Indaba, held in Harare, created a platform for Zimbabweans living abroad to see for themselves what is in store, in as much as available opportunities are concerned across key productive sectors. Coordinated by the Zimbabwe UK Chamber, the Indaba also attracted the interest of the diaspora community in setting up projects in different economic sectors. The community reviewed the interest is in response to government's engagement and re-engagement aided by policies to ensure safety of global capital inflows to Zimbabwe.
We are focusing on bridging the gap in urban raw migration, developing our raw areas to match the standards, the modern standards of urban cities. And we are doing that by funding vulnerable women in the villages with projects.
I came here to just see for myself. There's a lot of information that's been shared about the investment opportunities here in Zimbabwe, and there's a lot of developments that are going on. There's a lot of opportunities for people in the diaspora to actually buy houses here. So that's what I wanted to see.
We don't want to grow old, some of us in UK. I want to come home, build something which will be self-sustainable for a long period.
The response by the diaspora community to calls by the government to invest back home is a reflection of their commitment to ensure that Zimbabwe forges ahead with socio-economic development policies. Stanley James, ZBC News, Harare.
And that's our look at business news. Taking us to a break. When we return, we join Lawrence Trusida for sport.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
The Zimbabwe Broadcasting Corporation is pleased to announce the opening of a new office at the Zimbabwe Agricultural Office Showgrounds. This new office has been established for your convenience, making it easier than ever to pay for your radio and television licenses. By visiting this office, you will also help us reduce congestion at our other centers. Remember, your license is not just a requirement, it is an investment in keeping Zimbabwe's voice on air, promoting local content and preserving our cultural heritage. Don't get stuck in the crowd. Slide through to the Agricultural Office Showgrounds and keep the airwaves alive.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on Sports News this evening. My name is Lawrence Trusida. We start off with women football, where Zimbabwean champions Harare Queens are determined to leave a lasting impression at the CAF Women's Champions League COSAF qualifier, which kicks off in Johannesburg, South Africa this Friday.
The students left for Johannesburg early Thursday morning ahead of the tournament, which kicks off on Friday. Harare bowed out at the semi-finals last year, but this time around they are determined to make corrections.
So last time so this time prepare for final.
We will see when we get there, but our target is to do better than last year, just maybe to play the final and maybe win the final. You will see an entertaining game, and we'll try to win all the games that we play.
The winner of the regional qualifier will progress to the CAF Women's Champions League final tournament. Harare are in Group C together with Costa del Sol of Mozambique, who they play on Saturday before clashing with Olympique de Moroni of Comoros 4 days later.
We certainly hope that the students will teach their opponents one or two lessons. Staying with football, moving on to the Premier Soccer League, where Yada will continue their relegation fight this Friday when they take on former champions Ngezi Platinum Stars at the Hart Stadium.
Another PSL end of season and yet another Yada relegation fight. The Miracle Boys are no strangers to flirting with the prospect of relegation, and they have always found ways to ward off the drop. With 9 matches to go before the season ends, Yada are a point above the drop zone and looking to perform another miraculous survival. This Friday, the host former champions Ngezi Platinum Stars at the Hart Stadium, looking for nothing but a victory to push them away from the bottom 4. Yada will also be praying for other results to go their way to create breathing space between themselves and the bottom clubs. One of those bottom clubs, Chicken Inn, who are 14th and a point behind Yada, face ambitious Tawan in Gweru on Saturday, while champions Simba Bora host bottom club Kwekwe United at Wazanai Stadium. ZPC Kariba battling Triangle at Nyamunga. Inform Harare host the equally informed and title-chasing Scotland at Rufaro Stadium in a match which promises fireworks, while FC Platinum welcome Caps United to Mandaba. On Sunday, Dynamos continue with their battle to avoid the chop when they face equally troubled Greenfield at Rufaro Stadium. Bikita Minerals date Highlanders at Gibo as Manika Diamonds tackle Moors at Sakova Stadium.
Moving on, former Warrior striker Tendai Ndoro, who died on the 18th of this month in South Africa, will be buried in Bulawayo on Sunday.
After collapsing alone in his apartment in South Africa, a forensic test has established that Tendai Ndoro succumbed to diabetes. The late goal poacher, fond of his number 7 jersey, will be airlifted from South Africa to Bulawayo on Saturday ahead of burial on Sunday. Ndoro's father, Mutandwa Silas Mukundwa, said their wish is to have the former Warriors forward interred alongside other football luminaries at Lady Stanley Cemetery.
Parizino vakatitumira mashoko ekuti vaya vakatora mapictures vakaburitsa kuti mwana akanga asina kuzvibaya manjikire eshuga, saka shuga inonzi yakaputika here, saka ndosaka akakolapsa. Saka pakakolapsa hapana munhu akazokwanisa kumupa rubatsiro. Nemusi weSaturday vachange vane nguva yekuti vachazosumudza mwana neflight kubva kuSouth Africa tonomugashira paMukabuko Joshua Nkomo Airport tozoenda naye kumba.
Ndoro family is devastated by the former footballer's demise.
Tinonzwa kurwadziwa semhuri senyika, tinorwadziwa Tendai munhu anga ari mwana akanaka achiteerera.
Ndoro's childhood friend Kudakwashe Mpatsi says they will miss Ndoro's benevolence.
Ndichitaura hangu pamukomana uyu anga ari mudiki kwandiri tichigara kuNketa uku, saka akatanga kungotamba bhora ari mwana mudiki stereki achiteera isusuwo takanga tichitamba bhora.
Ndoro's body is expected to pass through Babafield Stadium and Amphitheatre, where a church service is expected to be conducted. Mchokozi Studio, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
Well, we can tell you that a church service has been held in South Africa as his former friends and relatives bid farewell to Tendai Fire 7. That puts a wrap on Sports News this evening. It's now back to the main desk.
Thanks, Larry. And that's how we sign off for tonight as the main news team.
Good night.